Guys, Lord Beerus is almost dying. Will Whis be able to cure him? And where is this hidden Excalibur sword capable of destroying everything that is evil? Will it be the girl Yamoshi who will use it, or Goku? Well, let's see everything now, but first, we're going to hit the goal of 3,000 likes so I can launch the next episode in the sequence. Done! Grab your bucket of popcorn and your soda, come with me on this epic video. In the 7th universe. Currently, in the 7th universe, being more precise on the planet Namek, it was possible to see that in one of the most distant places of the village, where Goku and Vegeta still passed out, with several injuries on the body, and beside him was Whis, who was being protected by a barrier, being that the angel had seen the complete battle of Kyu and Beerus, where Beerus was defeated and now he was thrown into a crater, with several injuries on his body and almost dead. But there were some remnants of the energy of destruction in his body that prevented him from dying. Whis thought, Lord Beerus was completely humiliated by Kyu, who just didn't eliminate him yet, because he didn't want to, and Lord Beerus is still alive just because of the power of the Hakai. That is preventing him from losing his life because of the lack of blood. I'd rather bring him here soon and try to heal him, or if not, he could have Squile, thought the angel before swinging his staff, making a golden light appear in front of him, and such light ended up surrounding Beerus's body. And suddenly Beerus, he ended up disappearing and reappearing in front of Whis, who immediately used his divine power to heal him. But unfortunately for him, Whis' divine power ended up being useless when it came to healing those injuries. Whis thought, my powers can't heal the wounds caused by the fox? It seems that those flames were left by the fox on Beerus' body. They have the ability to block the divine power of both creation and destruction. I have to find someone who can take care of Mr. Beerus. But I need to keep him safe, so he doesn't end up losing his life because of those wounds, thought the angel, surprised to see that his power couldn't heal the wounds that Mr. Beerus had on his body, and all that because of the blue flames that were on his body, Beerus' wounds. Beerus said, this is useless, Whis. These flames have the ability to nullify the power of a deity, and we are both deities, and because of that, our power is nullified. So stop using your power on me. Use it on Goku and Vegeta, said the god of destruction weakly for not having enough power. Whis said, I will do as ordered by Mr. Beerus, said the angel, then taking his hands to the two Saiyans, and in a touch of magic both Saiyans were completely healed by the divine power of Whis. After healing the two Saiyans that remained unconscious, Whis ended up looking at the barrier he had created and saw that Hiroki was standing in front of that barrier, looking at everyone inside the barrier. Hiroki spoke, you must be the representative angel of the 7th universe, so I'll be direct. After I help Kyu get his revenge and gather the rest of his friends who are alive, we will go back and Kyu will fight Beerus again. And if he remains as weak as he is in his current state, he will lose his life. And if that happens, I'm going to help Kyu return to his dimension, and then I'm going to take the position of God of Destruction. And before you say that you already have an heir for the position of God of Destruction, which is the Saiyan on your left. But that's not a problem, because after Beerus is defeated, I defeat this Saiyan and officially become the new God of Destruction. So I want you to get ready. And you will teach me as my guide how to use the power of destruction as you serve me. In fact, how to control him, because mine is still a little unstable, said the Saiyan before, making one of his fingers start to glow in a dark purple tone, and soon an energy arrow was shot by his finger, and that purple arrow of energy disintegrated everything that played, but ended up being stopped by a barrier that was protecting the village where Yuhiko was, but still large cracks ended up being formed in the barrier. All those who were still conscious and saw the attack made by Hakai by Hiroki, and everyone was shocked to see that Hiroki possessed the power of destruction that only the gods of destruction and the heirs of successors of the gods of destruction possesses, or should possess, and Hiroki did not have either. So the question on everyone's mind was, how did he have that power of destruction in his hand without having been trained by Whis or Beerus? Hiroki said, interesting, isn't it? No one can have the power of destruction without at least being trained by a god of destruction or an angel. And you must be wondering how I answered that in an easy way. Years ago, I found a place where an ancient god of destruction lived. And then I realized that my divine energy was not so different from the Hakai power. And in that place over time, I ended up getting the power of destruction. But without the proper training, I don't know how to control it in a complete way. and as it is still incomplete and I need to train, so you will train me, Whis? Said the Saiyan, while facing Whis, who was still surprised by that. And his surprise only increased when hearing that he had managed to copy the destruction power from a god of destruction just by feeling the remnants of the energy of destruction. Kyu spoke. You can learn the power of destruction at any time, more in the future, Hiroki. Now we have to go because I have scores to settle, and then we'll be back to finish up the loose ends, said the fox, appearing on top of the barrier while looking down, where Beerus was on the ground with his face turned to the sky, and the fox had good vision to see Beerus' destroyed face. Hiroki spoke. You're very annoying, Kyu, but you're right. We're going to say goodbye for now, but in a few weeks or days, we're going to return. So I hope you guys strengthen up until then and give us a real fight. And besides, before I go, I want to do something, said the Saiyan before approaching Yamoshi. Yamoshi, when she saw Hiroki approaching her, she tried to punch him, but Hiroki held her fist easily, and before she tried to say anything, Hiroki pulled her close and kissed her intensely. But Yamoshi bit his tongue, making him move away from her, and then she slapped him hard enough to send him flying. Hiroki said, See you later, my dear wife, and remember to stay strong, or if not, this planet together with all of them will be eliminated by my hands, said the Saiyan while looking at Yamoshi, and soon he and Kyu flew away from the place at high speed. Only when they both left the planet they saw Kukuon floating and watching everything that had happened. Kukuon said, By the look of it, things worked out for you too. And by the looks of it, Yamoshi and Beerus were defeated by you too. And I must say that it was a beautiful sight to see. After all, it's not often that I can see a fight between two divine beings, said the Black Namekian while looking at the two divine beings in front of him, who didn't like him, but he was useful to Hiroki and the fox. Hiroki spoke. Things went well for us, but now we're going to solve some problems, so we're going. But you're going to stay here and watch over Yamoshi. And then you're going to let us know everything that happens during the time. And don't try to deceive us or I'll finish you off. He spoke while making his eyes glow in a dark purple tone in a dangerous way which made Kukuon shiver, but he managed to maintain cool. Kukuon said, Don't worry, because I'll do what you told me. So rest assured, future god of destruction. Now if you allow me, I have to go. After all, if I don't go now, the god of destruction will end up dying. And I know healing techniques, which will be easy to cure him. So I say goodbye to the two of you, said the Namekian before leaving the room, location, and go to the place where Yamoshi and the rest of the group were. Yamoshi said, What are you doing here? Don't tell me you're working with Hiroki. She spoke to the ancestor of the Saiyans as he stood up and faced the Namekian who was a stalker, who was extremely in love with her. Kukuon said, Yamoshi, don't yell at me like that. It's really good to talk to you again and so close, said the Namekian before grabbing Yamoshi's breasts, but then he ended up getting a slap on his face. Kukuon said, I don't work for him. The only thing I did was stay alive and discover some things about Hiroki's life. And I know a way to defeat Hiroki, because there is a weapon that is capable of destroying any evil being. And as far as I know, Hiroki is an evil being because of his evil divine energy. So this weapon is literally his weak point, and maybe the only thing that can defeat him is this weapon, said the Namekian while looking at Yamoshi with a look of passion for a person who ended up widening his eyes, and hearing that, Whis ended up remembering something. Whis said, Excalibur, this is the name of a weapon created by my father millennia ago to defeat the evil beings that existed at that time. And it is the only weapon that cannot be destroyed, but can cut everything, especially beings with evil energy. But it was lost millennia ago here in the 7th universe, and nobody knows where it is, said the angel while carrying Beerus on his back, and Goku and Vegeta were beside him, already awake but in pain with their bodies. Kukuon said, That's funny, because I know where it is, and I know how you can get it, and especially who will be able to use it, said the Namekian with a big smile on his face as he looked at everyone present who were surprised, except Beerus, who passed out. With that, we end today's video. If you want to see the continuation of this incredible story, leave a lot of likes in the video and comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you another day, guys!